What is going on, everyone? Welcome to another episode of the Yamcast. Today is episode 53. No special milestones on this one. It's just episode 53. Today we're talking about the new kid on the block. Everybody's heard about it, but we're talking about it a little bit more with a little bit of twist on it. It's Harley-Davidson Sportster S. I know you want to talk about that one, Spite.
Yes, I do.
Yes. And then we also have new news from Zero, a new motorcycle from them, a dual sport supermoto looking thing. Looks pretty fresh. We're going to take a look at it. Then we're going to be doing our call-in section with our Discord boys. We're talking about motorcycle gear today. What do you wear? What do you not wear? What do you like in gear? What do you want it to be different? Anything gear related, we are chatting today. And then, of course, we have the meme contest. Everyone's favorite part of the Yamcast, at least certainly mine. And today, Spite is on the chopping block. We have a fantastic scene from the Aprilia video where you're laid up on your back and just giving a little thumbs up. So easily memeable. I'm sure we don't have any sexually suggestive memes. Why would they ever do that to us, right? Of course not. Stick around. It's going to be a good one. All right, Spite. Let's say we start off with the Zero, shall we?
I think we should start off with the Zero.
I feel like we always start off with Harley news. So let's not do that.
The Zero news for today is that they are creating a new dual sport supermoto situation. So,
it's a sharp looking bike, right?
Yeah, I know, right? It looks really cool, and it looks super pared back and minimalistic.
Love it.
For those of you who recall in the past, the Zero FXS has a curb weight of 298 pounds, if I remember correctly. 298, and that's ready to rock and roll. That's stupid light.
Yeah.
And it made 48-ish and 75-ish foot-pounds of torque.
Yeah.
Which is awesome.
Yeah.
But the problem with that bike was it had a super tiny range on the battery.
It was almost like a play bike range, you know, like pretty bad, you know, like it was like an enduro bike.
I think they called it at 70 combined, which really in the real world is between 45 and 55.
Yeah, I mean, no digging on Zero here, but we did have one in the shop and their claimed numbers were way off from our real world testing of it. So yeah, not so great.
So this bike is the FXE, and this one has their new Z-Force 75-5 passively air-cooled interior permanent magnet brushless motor. Many words for that one.
Aren't they all like that with the brushless motor and an interior? Is that different, or I don't know?
I think it's probably just been updated a little bit. So they have 46 horsepower, 78 foot-pounds of torque.
Now keep in mind, guys, when we mention electric bike torque numbers, you have to keep in mind that it is not the same as internal combustion engine torque numbers. They will feel very differently because as you get up to speed, the torque disappears. So it feels a little bit different. So people might think, oh my God, lightweight bike, 78 foot-pounds of torque is just gonna plow, you know?
Yep.
But it's not quite like that.
They're very computer controlled. The computer gives you exactly as much torque as you can use at the time. They're very good at modulating their setup. But you know what's crazy about this bike is just look at this photo here of just how much ground clearance and how much space there is on this bike.
It looks like a riot. I mean, that's the type of bike that you and I both look for to bop around on the street.
Yeah,
we like bikes like this.
It looks like a ton of fun.
Yeah.
And they don't give us a claimed weight figure on this one, but we can assume it's probably right around that 300 mark that the other one was. Maybe it's a little bit heavier depending on the battery, but you know, this is still going to be a riot of a good time, I think. And it looks just so neat.
Yeah, the big question is, has Zero done enough to increase the range on this model? And hopefully it's actually a usable street bike, right? That's the question for me.
So in here, they claimed 100 miles of range when ridden in the city. So to my brain, that means probably about 70, maybe 65 to 75 miles combined would be my guess. Because these things are about... They're most efficient at like 55 miles an hour, and anything after that just absolutely annihilates the battery.
Yeah. Because you guys got to remember, when the battery is already up to a certain speed, it has to keep exerting more energy to overcome the air resistance.
Yep.
So it can't just like shift into a lower gear and rely on the low power of the engine. It's quite different electric bike. The combined range is kind of backwards what you see on an internal combustion engine.
And that's why motorcycles have such abysmal range versus electric cars, where electric cars have 2-speed motors. They have literally 2 different motors.
Yeah.
One is their city motor and one is their highway motor. So they basically have 2 gears. But I got to believe that this would be really cool to have in, a really compact city where you could probably like bring this in your apartment. It's probably about the size of like a really big bicycle.
Probably, but again, I wonder about that weight. I'm going to guess like 270 to 280, something like that,
Do you think it's going to be that low?
That low? I think so. Yeah, because the other FX model is what, 300 something pounds, right?
300.
So I think it'll be lower, hopefully, right? I mean, hopefully the battery technology is improved and it's a little bit lighter. But
I think that would be crazy if it was even lighter.
I think
if
it is.
If it was that light, that would be nuts.
I think it should be.
I'm expecting it to probably be right about the same.
I mean, we'll see. Yeah. The thing about this bike too is, what's the price point on it?
The price point is $11,795 dues. Exactly the same price as my KTM.
Yeah.
So, I guess, would you rather have this or my SMCR?
I'd have to ride both back to back.
But
it depends on what I'm using it for, because I think the big thing for this is like they're targeting a very dense urban type of person, right?
Yes.
Like that's what they're looking for. And honestly, here in America, I'd say there's maybe 3 or 4 metro areas that really fits the bill. So many of our cities are
New
sprawled. Chicago, New York,
Los
LA,
Angeles,
maybe
San Fran,
and then maybe like Portland, Seattle, something like that. Maybe 5 miles.
And those are probably the only places that have infrastructure for you to charge this wherever you want.
Correct, yeah. Because every other major city, I'm thinking like something like a Dallas or something like that. The sprawl is so big that it kind of doesn't really fit a city bike kind of situation anymore.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But hey, maybe we can snag one up through Eurocycle. Maybe they'll grab one and then we can get one as a loaner.
I would love to test ride this bike. I would love to try the FXS, the one that already exists, because super light, super torquey, and as a city bop around motorcycle, one where I know it's not meant to be like a weekend bike for me to get disappointed, like the what do we have, the Zero SRF. Like that one let me down in terms of the range.
Yeah.
But it was a riot to ride. Like it was crazy quick.
It was really interesting to ride. But the one thing I didn't like about it, and I hope this bike has fixed it, is just the lack of performance as the battery drained.
Yeah.
That's a real big bummer on electric bikes for me right now, is because when I'm on a gas bike, the performance is the performance. No matter how much gas I have left in the tank, the bike feels exactly the same in terms of its performance, but not the case with the electric bikes.
Yeah, it forced you into like
limp
mode. Yeah. And that was real. Like I remember when we went out to film, that wasn't even when we were doing the range test. We were doing some other test with it. Like maybe it was our first ride. And we rode it back to the office from Largo Vista. And
we were having range anxiety.
Yeah, like we were getting back and I was like, I'm not sure if this bike's going to make it, guys.
Yeah.
So I think this could be a lot of fun once you get to the point where you're like, I'm not going for a trip on this bike.
Yeah. Yeah, so we'll keep an eye on it. It looks like Zero is going to be introducing in a lot of demo rides too, so if we can't get our hands on it, maybe we'll fly out to some cool progressive IMS event, because we try to make one of those every year. Last year obviously didn't get to go because of COVID, but I'm sure people are going to be stoked to go, and maybe we'll ride it in one of those, because it's a sharp looking little bike and I think it would be kind of cool.
Yeah, it looks like the new model Supermoto, basically.
Yeah.
I'm all for that.
So rounding this out, we now have to talk about the new Harley-Davidson.
We got to talk about it.
And I got to talk about how you have spent the last, 9 months saying the Sportster was dead. No more Sportster. Look, Spike, a Sportster. There it is.
So
Sportsters are dead. They literally made a new Sportster. Spike, come on. Eat that crow. Eat it. I'm just kidding.
I refuse to acknowledge this as an actual Sportster. And for those of you who actually want to know my deep, darkest thoughts on this motorcycle, I made a video that has come out on Saturday, the week that the Saturday before this video came out. And B, I'm going to Sturgis and I'm going to be test riding this thing. So be on the lookout for a seriously in-depth video about this motorcycle, because we're going to put one together.
Putting on a cowboy hat, putting on your sunglasses, and walking all the way to Sturgis. You know,
I'm just get my hobo bindle.
Yeah, we're like, I'm going to Sturgis. Just there's a montage cut of you through all these different states.
We should do that for the video, just like the desaturated thing, and I throw the GoPro and the Tascam and the hobo bindle and just start walking.
We could probably film that pretty easily in a day of just like going out to a couple of different spots. We take you in the truck and we just film you walking in different locations, like on 360 and different streets. Just
that would be really funny.
All right. Anyways, let's talk a little about this bike, but you wanted to talk about it from a different perspective, right? Because you went over the model in your video. You want to talk about kind of what this bike means for Harley, right?
Yes. So I'd like to get your idea of this, because I've already put my word out there. What do you, gut impression, what do you think here?
It looks like a Rebel and a Scout had a baby, and they sprinkled some bronze on it. As you guys know, I'm not really a cruiser guy. I've never been super into these types of bikes. I think the Scout opened my eyes a little bit to them, and I thought it was fun and interesting, but it's never been my taste on them, right? The only other cruiser I really enjoyed was the Rocket 3, because how could you not enjoy the Rocket 3? And to me, it seems like Harley is trying to inject some of that Rocket 3 DNA, some of that muscle cruiser, hyper cruiser DNA into this bike. And personally, I know a lot of people are upset about it. I like that it has forwards, because I like my cruisers to have forwards. I think it's a fun way to ride them because they're so goofy and you starfish while you ride them. I like that. But I don't know. It doesn't really speak to me. I'll say, as someone who has no real affinity or predilection towards the Sportster, it's not something that really calls to me. It doesn't excite me in any way. And it seems like to the Sportster initiated, it has upset you in a lot of ways, you know?
It kind of bothers me that they've called it Sportster.
Yeah.
I really think they're doing themselves a disservice by doing that. But I'd like to point out before we dive into that, look at how small this motorcycle is.
You know, that's something I noticed. There's a female rider on there who probably couldn't be much more than, 5'6" or 5'5", and she looks kind of big on that bike.
Yeah.
You know? And maybe she's a very large rider, but I don't think she is. And the bike just looks kind of diminutive.
Yeah, it looks like a tiny motorcycle.
It looks like they took a page out of the Scout, and it looks low. It looks like really low overall.
But it also looks like they have like a short wheelbase, and then the middle is like stumpy and squished in between the wheels.
Yeah, it's a bit of a funny look on it. But, I think the thing is with Harley, it's like they had to bring the Sportster kind of dragging and kicking into the new age, but I just don't like that they still made so many concessions to the past, Like, it's like if you're gonna do a brand spanking new Sportster, then I don't know,
just
go all in, It feels like they tried to appease original Sportster guys, and they tried to appease new age muscle cruiser bike kind of guys, and in my opinion, didn't really achieve anything with anyone.
They made Sportster boys real mad with this one. Oh yeah, they pissed a lot of the hardcore Evo guys hate this motorcycle.
Why? Because it's water cooled?
No, because it has none of the real Sportster DNA. Because they're looking back and they're looking at 35 years worth of aftermarket support, and they're like, well, I can't do anything to that motorcycle.
Oh yeah, no.
There's nothing for it.
You can buy parts from the parts catalog.
That's it.
That's what you can do.
Mm-hmm. And then they've made your liquid cooled sport enthusiast upset because they slapped a 160 on the front end, and they didn't really make any real steps to try to put the sport back into Sportster.
Yeah, with a single disc up front, a 160 in the front, what the hell is going on, right? Forward controls, again, I prefer them, but if you're trying to make a sport-oriented cruiser with the name like Sportster, what? What's the point?
They did claim a nice wet weight, though, for Harley-Davidson.
Yeah, 502 pounds is great.
Yeah.
That's right within striking distance of the Rebel 1100. But
the Rebel 1100 is
490 something.
It's 480s.
Yeah, it's close enough.
Yeah.
I mean, you're not going to notice a big
And it's making
difference
40 more horsepower
than the Rebel 1100, right? Mm-hmm. But it also costs $5,000 more. So I personally don't think this is a Rebel 1100 competitor. If they made a non-Sportster S, a base Sportster with maybe a less powerful engine or a 750 engine, then it would be a Rebel 1100 competitor. But at this time, a lot of people were, pining about this smaller Rev Max engine. Have we seen anything about a smaller Rev Max engine? Are they actually going to do it?
Well, remember the Bronx was going to be a 975.
Yeah.
So that's the inkling of the small engine. I'm not sure they're going to do that at this point, and I would be bummed out if they did.
Yeah.
Because I think this would be a badass naked bike engine.
For sure.
121/94, that's awesome for a naked bike.
Yeah.
But, I think the main thing that I really want to discuss here is, does this feel like the correct step for Harley-Davidson? Like,
no.
Does this feel like they're actually trying to do something different and elevate the brand?
You want to know my opinion? I feel like this is the bare minimum they could have done to get the brand moving in the right direction. The bare minimum, I thought the Pan Am was such a cool step forward. It was a really awesome move. That's the type of moves I wanted to see. Brand new engine, brand new this. Like, this feels just like okay, let's dip our toes a little bit. Let's see how the water is,
Yeah.
I feel like Harley's really in a position, and I don't know why they feel like they have to appease their audience so much, because their audience is literally dying every year. I feel like they've got nothing to lose. They should just huck out some crazy ideas, right?
Yeah.
Take a page out of 1980s, 1990s Honda. Try crazy shit. See what happens, Because I think and I've mentioned this before on the Yamcast, I think there's a strong coalition of American riders who want to like Harley-Davidson.
Yep.
They want to rep an American bike. They want to ride an American bike. But they don't make any bikes that we want to ride,
Nope.
Like we were talking about, if Harley made an XR750 flat track style naked bike.
Done.
Badass. Would probably get one as a giveaway. Highly enjoy it. Say nothing but good things. We also talked about if they made like some crazy like RS660 style bike, like some fully fared sport bike, that can be used for track and on road. Like, what? That'd be so badass. Totally in. But they won't do it.
No.
So that's my opinion on it, man. Like, I don't know. It feels like just the smallest step.
I feel like this isn't even really a step forward, honestly. Them keeping the Sportster nameplate, to me, symbolizes a fear of letting go. Like they're for them to be like, because the whole point was from evolution to revolution, right? If you watch the video, and I highly recommend it because it is ridiculous. It is
kind of bonkers, yeah.
It's literally like a Ducati launch video, but made by people who like were trying to parody it, but didn't get the fact that parodies are supposed to be funny.
Yeah.
It was supposed to be this big jump, right? This is no Sportster because it's too fast. It's not a chilled out cruiser, and the Sportster was never really meant to be that in the current iteration. Back in the day, yes, absolutely. So maybe you could argue they're trying to go back to the roots, but I think that what they should have done is they should have made this to be a modern version of the V-Rod. If they had been like, you know what, screw the Sportster, we're going to come up with a Rebel competitor in a couple of years. We'll run the Sportster here in the States and we'll figure Europe out later.
Yeah.
And they'd have come out and been like, this is your new muscle cruiser from America. This is the thing that's, you're going to roll up and you're going to rev the engine at a red light. You're going to, pin it, dump the clutch, and the back tire's going to spin, and you're going to, have fire flying out the back of the bike while you're leaving. That's the energy that I want out of this bike. And you kind of get it. I mean, this is the biggest horsepower number we've seen out of them, aside from the Pan Am, since the V-Rod.
It's true. Yeah. And they did it without Porsche this time.
So they have some drive and they have some technology. They just are so conservative, and it's really starting to make me angry. Yeah.
Now, I would like to posit, and I mentioned this to you earlier. You talked about going back in time and the heritage of the Sportster and what it meant to be in the beginning, right? I think that if they wanted to do a truly radical move, They should have made a bike that, like the original Sportster, could have been a scrambler, could have been an adventure bike, could have been a racer. I'm thinking of bikes like that nowadays, like an MT-07, right? Mm-hmm. I think if Harley really wanted to just like make everybody mad, but also interested and generate attention, which is what you need to do in today's economy, they should have made like a 750 Bronx, like MT-07 style naked bike standard, like really a bike that's like a bare bones potato platform, which is what the Sportster's meant to be, right?
Yes.
And then be like, this is your new Sportster. Suck a dick. We did it. Yep. Whatever, you know? This is Sportster now. I mean, Ford did that with the Mustang. They completely changed it. They went live axle. They made a 4-cylinder turbo. They make an electric SUV that they call a Mustang now. Mm-hmm. Porsche makes a car that's called the Taycan Turbo and doesn't even have a turbo, right? Mm-hmm. Tesla comes out with the Cybertruck and people like jizz their pants collecting. You got to do something crazy nowadays, you know? This doesn't feel crazy to me.
No, it feels like what was expected. Yeah, honestly, and I'm really reserving judgment. Honestly,
yeah, I'm stoked you're gonna ride one.
I'm
very soon.
Very excited, and I'm so ready to be wrong. Yeah. I want to eat crow about all this. Mm-hmm. I want to ride the motorcycle and have it blow my hair back and be like, "Wow, awesome! Friendship with KTM canceled. Harley-Davidson new best friend." I want that to happen. Because right now, if I want a, bad to the bone, wild V-twin fun ride, KTM is really it.
KTM, yeah.
And I think that Harley-Davidson, with this engine, could really throw some stones at KTM.
Yeah.
They just don't seem to want to.
Yeah. Agreed. Well, guys, that's going to wrap up our Harley conversation. We always seem to do it here on the Yamcast. And now we're going to move over to the call-in portion of the podcast. Stick around. Alrighty, everybody, welcome to the call-in portion of the podcast. You guys know the drill. If you want the chance to watch these live with our Discord members and call us in and hang out with us and just join the Yammy community on a bigger level, a deeper level, hang out with me. I will individually hug all of you. Join on yammynoob.co. Hang out with us. It's a ton of fun. Without further ado, today we are talking about motorcycle gear. So the Discord boys, press and hold Spite's name. You can do that on Discord on mobile, and then you can give us a call, and you'll be featured on the Yamcast. I think we've got our first caller, right?
Yep. So let's get started with, what is that, Kenneth0231?
Kenneth, you are on the Yamcast. How's it going?
How's it going?
Good. Today we were talking about motorcycle gear. What have you got for us?
Well, I just figured I'd call in because I actually had my... I laid my bike down for the first time yesterday.
Oof. Sorry to hear it, man.
I went down at I think it was 36. The bike slid probably 20 feet. I slid about the same. We both went under a guardrail.
Oof.
But I was wearing perforated leather jacket. I had on some full riding boots, and I had on a Snell-rated helmet, and I came out with just 2 scratches on my knee, and the bike had a T-Rex Racing crash kit, and it came out with no damage at all.
Well, you can't ask for a better result than that.
Yeah, I mean, that's awesome.
I got more injured the other day riding WR.
Yeah, I couldn't believe it. I remember I started sliding, and I saw the bike in front of me, and I was like, that guardrail is going to hurt. And then I got up, and everything was fine. So yeah, I just kind of wanted to call in and just say, wear your gear, get the good shit, don't worry about the price tag, and just wear it.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
You'll be definitely kicking yourself if you buy some cheapo stuff that doesn't protect you well, or if you're like me and you forget to wear your gear and then you get hurt. So That's what I did the other day, which is awesome.
Yeah, I got really lucky. I wasn't wearing my gloves, but I kept my hands up the whole time. I didn't take any damage to the hands either, but it could have been a hospital visit real quick.
That is very lucky. Yeah, the hands can sometimes just get completely mangled up, so glad to hear it.
But yeah, I just wanted to call in and say that, but thank you guys.
Yeah, thanks, man. So, who are you out there? Kenneth tells you to wear your gear. Easy enough. See you later, man.
No, see you.
Alrighty, next up we have China Shite Bike Boy.
China Shite Bike Boy, you are on the Yamcast. How's it going?
Hey, Spike Yam, how you guys doing today?
Good. We are talking motorcycle gear. What have you got for us?
I've been riding since I was probably, 6-7 years old. So on a little dirt bike, started on a little Z50. So
nice.
when I was a kid, obviously, parents made you wear the helmet, but honestly, I remember wearing tennis shoes and jeans as a kid, so nothing real crazy. And actually, I got kind of a little funny story for you guys. So one time, I was riding in the backyard, and I hit like a good old grass stump, and it flew me through a fence. I flew sideways through the fence, and I had braces at the time. So when I smashed it to the ground, I just remember like just bleeding, and I remember my mom freaking the heck out because like I was just like spitting blood everywhere as a kid. And I remember the funniest part about it is my tennis shoe flew off about like 150 feet into the neighbor's yard. So
holy crap! You did that on a 50cc bike?
Yeah, well, yeah, like I hit like a grass stump, but I hit like sideways, and it just like threw me off the bike sideways, like through the fence.
That's awesome. You know that a crash is good when you're in the air and horizontal.
Yep.
That's when it's like, yep, you sent it. Yep.
Yeah. So for me personally, I mean, I'll be honest, I'm a big Icon guy. So I mean, I've had Icon helmets since I started riding on the street back in 2009. So, I mean,
Nice.
I've had Icon helmets the whole time, so that's kind of my big thing, honestly, mostly because they got the crazy-ass graphics. So, let's be honest, I mean, and obviously I don't ride on a track, so I've never really needed a Snell helmet.
I have to ask because I feel like between the 50cc story and then the Icon, do you stunt ride by chance?
No, I do not actually.
Okay, I had figured you'd just be a parking lot stunt guy. I don't know why.
No, actually, it's funny. I was the one I started on the little Ninja 250, and that was all my parents let me get when I was 16.
Yeah.
So they wouldn't let me get anything more higher horsepower than that. And then eventually I jumped from that to a ZX6R.
Nice.
So
I mean,
that's a good jump
there.
Yeah.
The official bike of the Icon gear is the ZX6R.
Yes.
Yeah, I went from that to a Ducati Scrambler, but that's not the point. Anyways, so after that, though, the biggest piece of riding gear I ever actually kind of made a difference, though, was I was stationed down in 29 Palms, which, if you guys have ever been out there, it's like 120 degrees in the summer. So I ended up buying a Climb shirt that you soak in water before you ride. And it's like give you that evaporative cooling. And that was like the best piece of gear I ever bought. Like, it made such a difference. I know out there it's different because it's dry heat, not humid heat.
Well,
but man, it made a huge difference. I couldn't believe it. And it was crazy. You could soak it in like 10, 15 minutes of riding, it'd be dry again because that's how dry it is out there.
yeah.
So,
Well, I might have to give that a shot.
Yeah, I mean, it's been hotter than 3 shades of hell out lately.
It's been insane, yeah. Well, thank you, China Shiteboy. We appreciate the call, and keep getting horizontal on your motorcycles. I love it.
no, I hope not.
All right.
So I've crashed too many in my life already. So
Yeah.
luckily it's been about 5 years since my last crash. So doing good so far. But
Yeah.
hey, you know what they say, there's only 2 types of riders, ones that have gone down, the ones that will. So
Absolutely.
all right. Well, I appreciate you guys' time, and you guys enjoy the rest of the Yamcast.
All right, take it easy, man. Thank you.
All right, we'll do. All right, bye.
Alrighty, next up we have Am Turtle.
Am Turtle, you are on the Yamcast. How's it going?
Oh, it's going good. How are you guys?
Good, good. We're talking motorcycle gear today. What have you got for us?
So I actually just joined y'all's community. I've been reading up and watching all your videos, and I've been really inspiring to get a sports bike, since I was since my parents sold my dirt bike without me knowing.
Oh,
And yeah, but I live down here in Georgia, and it's been pretty hot lately, and that last guy just answered my first question, but I have another one. So I just bought my first sports bike, which is a Kawasaki Ninja ZZR 600.
interesting.
I just full sent it, and I was wondering.
ZZR 600, is that's the 90 600cc bike, right?
Yeah, it's a 2007.
Oh, 2007.
It's one of the older ones.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, and I was just wondering if there's like any, because I'm going to get a saddlebag for the back of it just in case, if there's any like special equipment or any equipment you would suggest putting, kind of specified for the sport bike, either on the bike or in that saddlebag just in case you need it.
Spy, what do you think? You're usually the gear in the saddlebag kind of guy.
Yeah, I mean, I would carry a toolkit for sure, especially on an older bike. And then a patch kit.
Yeah, patch kit for sure.
On my VFR, when I was going out for long rides, I carried my toolkit, I carried a patch kit, and I carried an SAE powered inflator, which actually was really handy. It came in handy a lot. So, and it was all for like around about $100.
Okay. All right, yeah. I was thinking about carrying that kind of stuff because, yeah, it is an older bike. When I got it, they just said since the time I told them I was going to buy it, they've been doing work on it all week trying to get it prepared. But, you know, it can't be too safe about it.
Yeah, I guess that's true. But, yeah, best of luck with the ZZR, man. And, yeah, I would say carry that patch kit and it should be good to go.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, thank you guys.
Yeah, no worries.
All right. Well, you guys have a great day. Thank you for answering my questions. And I really look forward to being a part of this community. I really like it.
It's a ton of fun. Just don't go to the anime channel.
Of course. Your videos really helped me out.
Hey, man, I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, bye.
Alrighty, next up we've got Go for Joe.
All right. Go for Joe. You're on the Yamcast. How's it going?
Yeah, pretty good here. I got someone who wants to talk to you.
Okay.
Good. No, I think she's being shy.
Oh, never mind then.
Well, yeah, I'd say.
Perhaps is this our youngest fan? Who is this?
My name is Evelyn.
Abilyn?
Yeah.
Well, nice to meet you, Abilyn. Do you want to ride motorcycles?
Yeah, I do.
That's great. How old are you?
3.
3? Well, I think you're a little too young to ride just yet, but maybe in a few years you can jump on a dirt bike.
I turn into 4.
That's true. You'll be 4 in a bit, and then you could ride.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I figured that'd be a great gear-related question. That was see how early we can get them on the bike. See if we can attach a car seat or something to the back of the bike.
Yeah, I think Whitney would be a great responder for this because she actually has, I think, a 1-year-old or a 2-year-old, and she's trying to get her on a bike as soon as possible. But I have no idea what the youngest age you could put them on.
I mean, I saw kids on like those little Stasics, and they
that's right, yeah.
They weren't much older than
4 or 5.
4 or 5, yeah. So I'm sure they have gear. Like I would look at. I'm sure Stasic probably links to gear for kids,
You get
like
tiny
young
little race
kids.
boots and tiny little race gloves. So cute. Yeah, well, we appreciate you bringing the family flavor to the podcast, Joe. Thank you.
Hi, Fight.
Hello.
You got long hair like me, so she kind of she loves watching.
That's great.
But yeah, hey, I also real quick, you guys mirror everything I think about Harley. I swear to God, I'd go out and buy a dozen of them if they came out with a super naked bike or something.
Dude, I know.
man.
Yeah, like we want to support, but at this moment in time, they do not make a bike that I want to support.
Yeah. All right, have a great one, guys. Take care.
Thanks, man. See ya.
Oh,
That makes me want to just create a little mini Yam and just breed them into the world and, get them on bikes. It's so wholesome.
got to take them to Spain and get them in that feeder program for Moto 3.
Yeah.
All right, next up we've got, what is that? Jay Ramier?
Jay Rimier,
Rimier?
611. Hey there, Jay. You are on the Yamcast. How's it going?
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Good,
Nice to
good.
meet you.
We are chatting about motorcycle gear today. What have you got for us?
My name is Justin. Last name is Reamer. I have really just a quick helmet question for you guys.
Okay.
So I ride sport bikes currently. I have a 2020 CB650R. I actually got it. I saw your guys' videos on the 2019 CB650R that you guys had purchased.
Yeah, it's a great bike.
I got super, super excited when you guys released the Fireblade as your new expert, and I joined up as a subscriber, so thanks for having me.
Yeah, appreciate it.
But really, I wanted to get your opinion. Does sport bike helmets and dirt bike helmets really differ that much when you're going down on a crash? Someone who has only gone down wearing a sports bike helmet going less than 15 miles an hour. I've never really crashed at high speeds before, and obviously don't plan to. But my main question was really, what's the difference in safety between the two?
Well, that's a bit of a complicated question. So any helmet's going to help protect your noggin in the case of an impact, right? Certain helmets are going to do certain things better. So a street helmet or a sport helmet, like you're probably used to, a rounder helmet, is designed to slide and glance and, kind of skate on the road and make sure you just absorb as much impact as possible by taking as many little hits as you can. A dirt helmet is usually designed to take one big impact from usually off a jump or on a tree or something like that. So you'll see concussion technology on a lot of dirt helmets that are very different than street and sport bike helmets. But I think Bell does concussion tech in their sport helmets as well. So that's kind of how they differ. Spell, you want to add anything?
I mean, I ride on the street in an AGV AX9 dual sport, or I guess adventure helmet. And the main thing that you want to look for with stuff like that is to make sure that the peak is designed to break off in a crash, and that it's not just packing your DOT, because it's really easy to get anything to pass DOT. Especially with dual sport lids, you want to see that ECE sticker. You're probably never going to see a Snell sticker
on Amazon. There's on a lot of DOT helmets that are approved, and my brother recently got into riding. He had purchased the cheapest bike possible. After getting the MSF certification, he went out and bought a 1986 Honda Rebel. And I recently actually inherited this bike because he moved to Columbus, Ohio recently, but was just curious because he had bought that DOT helmet, and he was telling me something about dirt bike helmets being much safer. And I didn't really believe that. Knowing that I had been riding for the last 3 or 4 years, I've strictly only used street bike helmets.
You'll be served just fine with the street bike helmet in terms of safety, but they do differ a little bit in terms of that. So I hope that helps you, Justin. We're going to keep it rolling here on the calls, but I appreciate your time, man. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you guys. I appreciate it.
All right, bye-bye. All right.
Alrighty, next up we got Honaha Yamada.
Nice. Honaha Yamada, welcome to the Yamcast. We are talking gear today. What have you got for us, man?
What's hot, dudes? I actually have a question and a story, so I'll start with the story. The story being reason why I still dirtily wear knee pads. Because I had actually, one day I went to work and went to go get food, about maybe a mile away. I'm like, fuck, it's a mile away. I'm not going to wear my knee pads or something like that. I had my boots on and whatnot, and my work pants and whatever. And I come back totally fine, but then I leave work that day and I go down because I braked, whichever, a little too hard on a very dirty patch of road. And I went down, and then I went and looked at my knee pads, and they were scuffed up to shit. And like, well, always wearing those.
Yeah, knee pads are so important. I actually have a story about that too. I was out riding some trails on the WR the other day, and the one day I didn't have my knee brace or my knee pads, I ate shit going down this ledge. I got ejected off the bike, and I smashed my knee. And I still have, that was like 2.5 weeks ago, I still have a nice bump on my knee, and it hurts when I squat. Ooh. So yeah, knee pads, man, they are so essential. Don't you think, Spite?
Yeah, either knee pads or good riding jeans or whichever, as long as you got your protection, you're good.
And I said that a little ironically to Spite because his knees breeze a little bit in the wind there when he rides.
I'm more of in the Yak Gap Brigade. I'm more of a, I want to put gear on the things I want to keep.
Yeah.
So I think I'd like to keep the rest of my.
That's why I have a Kevlar-lined insert for my penis. That's the most important part of my body. I protect it with every. I wear a cup when I ride.
Send me a link. I had to get one.
Yeah. It's very important.
No, but actually, a question that I had: if y'all, since you have the store and whatnot going on, if you're going to start reviewing more or less gear, different kinds of gear, see which ones you want to add to the store, and make reviews for people to make, like, obviously you already make some reviews, but they're more like general, what you should, may or may not want to get. But I was wondering if you were going to do a little bit more like in-depth, more like either like a combination between Revzilla and Fortnite and whatnot. Or if you just want to, like, say fuck it and have another, I mean, all y'all have a lot going on right now, but if eventually get another person to just do gear reviews and ride with it and do all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I could see both opportunities where it's like we get another person to be the gear dude and they make gear videos, or, you know, we do some gear test videos. Josh said that in a meeting the other day. He was like, oh, we should, you know, buy, you know, demo parts of our gear and then, you know, put them under the crash tests and stuff like that. So I could definitely see us doing that. But to your point, there's almost too many videos to make and not enough time now. And wouldn't you say, Splite?
Yeah, I mean, our calendar was already so packed that we had to find a spot to put my Harley-Davidson reaction in.
Yeah, we have double upload days now, which is crazy. But yeah, we could definitely see that one day, man.
Yeah. I was just curious. That was one of the reasons I joined the Discord about a month ago now. I saw that the video that you posted, like, we have the store open. I'm like, well, now I want to pitch this because, you know, I've done acting and whatnot for like 5 years, and I saw my last week's submission for the meme contest. I do script stuff, so if y'all would want some help just until you find someone or whatnot, I just wondered if you know, you wanted some help with that. But y'all already got a full plate.
Yeah, well, I love the initiative, man. Thank you for reaching out, and yeah, if it ever comes up, we'll let you know. But we're gonna keep it moving here because we got a nice strict call-in time limit, so we gotta let you go.
No worries, dog. Y'all have a good one. I'll talk to you soon.
All right, thanks, man. See ya.
All right. Later.
Alrighty, Breezy Wonder is back, but we've got a guy who's been calling. We've got these guys who have been calling like crazy. Do we want to move on?
I don't know. Let's just do Breezy Wonder because that's what's up right now.
Okay.
Hey there, Breezy Wonder. You're on the Yamcast. How's it going?
Hey guys. So I wanted to say something about gear, and a big thing about it, what I figured was I based my gear off of the bikes I rode. So I started on Ninja 400. I would wear basically everything, riding jeans. I got boots, helmets, and a Arai helmet, and I have gloves.
Nice.
And then I got a FZ09, and I didn't even want to wear a jacket. I felt like I think it's this total squid bike. So
it's the FZ09 effect, right? You're just like, man, I just want to wear no gear and do wheelies. What's happening to me?
It was great. And then now I just I sold that the other day, and I got a 2016 675R.
Nice.
And I got a suit.
Well, it's funny you mentioned that because actually just here in the shop, I realized that we were doing the Fireblade videos and I didn't have like some proper like sport bike looking gear. So I actually picked up a new Alpine Stars jacket and some new SMXs and some new gloves just so it looks right on the bike, you know? So I'm a big fan of wearing gear that matches the style of the bike that you're on. I don't think you care as much, Spite. I've seen you rocking dual sport helmets on sport bikes and everything else in between. Or would you say that you care?
Well, I mean, I bought my AX9 specifically for my SMCR, so...
Got it in orange as well.
I got it in orange because, of course, I did.
We're so vain as motorcyclists. It's insane.
We really are.
It's insane.
Like, I was standing in a Dainese store, and I tried on a couple of things here and there, and then I was walking out because I was like, there's nothing here for me. And I saw that AX9, and he was like, it's 25% off. I was like, it is?
You gotta get it.
Can I try it on? And I tried it on, and it fit, and I was like, here's my credit card. At least I'm getting points back.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know a suit is kind of overkill for the street, but I just kind of want to break it in now and just get ready for the tracks because NJMP is about 2 hours away from me, and I want to definitely do track days. Now
a great way to break in your suit that's a little silly, but you can just wear it around the house for like a couple of nights, and that usually helps break it in pretty good.
Yeah, definitely. I got a jacket that matches already. Oh, my helmet's white like yours, so pretty good gear I have. So always wear your gear. I knew somebody when I still know her. She wears a half helmet and no jacket, no pants, and she just fell because she loves doing wheelies on a non-registered DRZ.
Of course.
So she just messed up her foot, her back, and it's all scraped up, road rash. So, and I messaged her, I was like, you gotta wear gear.
Yeah, it's crazy how wearing simple gear can make an accident go from like no big deal to like a very serious problem, you know? Like, I mean, especially if you're practicing wheelies and stuff and doing that kind of, like, you gotta wear something, you know? Like at least a full face helmet, a jacket. It's like, yeah, it's so important, man.
Yeah, she really messed up, but
so we're calling you out. I don't know your name, but you messed up. If you listen to the Yamcast, according to Breezy Wonder here, you messed up, dude. All right, man. Well, thank you for the call. I appreciate it.
All right, thanks, guys.
All right, later.
All righty. Next up, we've got Philnario, who's not there anymore.
Filarino. Yeah, he's not there.
Next up, we've got Seawolf, who is there.
Hey there, Seawolf. You are on the Yamcast. How's it going?
Very good, guys. Very good.
Great to hear from you today. We're talking gear, so what have you got for us?
Kids and riding, real quick. I started my kids at 4 and 5. Second one started at 5 just because of focus and stuff like that, so it all depends on the kid.
Interesting. But, you were the guy that called the other day about enduro stuff, right? You're the two-stroke guy, if I remember correctly?
Two-stroke guy, for sure. Also, you know, as far as sport bikes, Honda Simp, grew up watching Mick Doohan dominate the middle of the 90s.
Nice.
So, you know, that kind of thing. Just brought home an RC51 yesterday, actually.
Ooh,
so
great.
I usually wear boots, riding pants, GP-style gauntlets, helmet, you know, and textile, like vented jacket when I ride. But I may have been wearing flip-flops, shorts, and a tank top when I took that around the block to show it off to the kids. So, you know.
Yeah, sometimes I also get quite lazy sometimes with gear. If I'm just going around the block, I'm just like, helmet and gloves is fine.
But what, you know, I mean, I've crashed so much on dirt. I've one big crash while racing, which was a high side on my R6, and that one I was kind of unlucky. I must have just caught my wrist the wrong way going down, and I broke that. But I mean, other than that, I felt a big impact on my heel, but my Alpine Star boots saved my foot. Didn't break anything there. No scratches, no whatever. All did what it was supposed to do. Not much you could do about the rest. Yeah. As far as enduro, man, I've crashed onto rocks. I've crashed into trees. I've fallen off trails down the side of a mountain. If you figure out a way to crash, I've done it. I wear my full enduro gear all the time, and I've, you know, knock on wood, I've yet to significantly injure myself, you know, riding dirt bikes. My biggest advice for people is take the time, save the money, buy good gear, because if you have a well-ventilated helmet that works, you know, in the wind, it makes all the difference in the world. If you're comfortable in your boots, in your gloves, in your jacket, you're more likely to wear it.
Yeah.
I think
my
that's
newest
a big
piece of
thing
gear
that
is
people
my
overlook.
X11.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
And that's it. I said my newest piece of gear is my X11 that I bought in 2013 because somebody stole my RX-7 Corsair off my bike.
Oof.
And Genius cut the strap. And so good luck using that. But regardless, you know, my textile jacket circa 2011, circa 2004. My gloves are circa 2011. My boots are circa 2009. I only replace the stuff when it wears out, and I bought good stuff. And I think in the long run, you save money because you're not replacing gear because you're uncomfortable in it, and you don't not wear it because you're uncomfortable in it.
Yeah, well, pearls of wisdom from Seawolf here, everybody. He always comes prepared with his facts and figures. I love it. Thanks for the call, man. We appreciate it. Wear your gear, guys, and get the good stuff, as we've heard here. All right, we'll catch you later.
Thank you.
All right.
All righty.
Next up, we've got Karma Bird.
Hey there, Karma Bird. You are on the Yamcast. How's it going?
It is going great. I just want to say I am a huge fan. Been watching for the past 6 months ever since I got interested in motorcycles, and I'm getting my first bike next week.
Yes.
Nice.
Love to hear it, man. Joining the journey. So we're talking gear today. What have you got for us?
Oh, yeah. I have a question for you, specifically. I know that you mainly use a adventure helmet, and that's and I find that really cool, especially like the peak part. So I got a Bell MX9 recently.
Nice.
I was just wondering, like, the peak, does that ever get in the way because like wind resistance and any of that?
I think if you're going above like 90 or 95, it can kind of be a bit of a bother, but for me personally, you get used to it, and I'd say any speed up to about 80 or 85, it's totally manageable. When I'm usually wearing that helmet, I'm not going much more than 80 or 85 on like my WR, my Scrambler or something, so I don't really notice it. Spite, I know you also wear a peaked helmet. Do you notice it at higher speeds?
My peak is smushable, so
okay.
It goes down, and that's better at high speed, and then I can move it up when I'm doing slow speed stuff.
Yeah.
So if you have an adjustable peak, which I'm pretty sure the MX-9 does not have an adjustable peak per se, but you can move it on screw holes, because I also have an MX-9.
Yeah.
And you can also just take the peak off too. So.
And it won't look cool.
Then it won't look cool. They do look a little funny without the peak.
Yeah.
But.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah, that's what we'd say about peaks.
Oh, awesome. That's about the only question I have except for this. How have both your guys' days been?
How has our day been?
It's been pretty busy. We did a lot of filming today.
Yeah, we actually had one moment where we had to refilm something because our editor couldn't find it in the Google Drive, so that was fun. But it turns out that I wear the same shirt every single day that I come here, so we were able to film it as if I was here that day. So just the fun behind-the-scenes stuff you guys don't see that makes the movie magic happen, right? Which is always fun. But yeah, it's been a pretty good day.
Happy to hear. Well, I got to get back to work before a patient punches the nurse in the face. I hope you all have a good day.
All right.
All right, take it easy, man. Thank you.
You too.
All right, guys, I think we're going to end the call in there because our Canon just died over there, and so we're now looking over on this camera, and we're going to move on to the meme contest. Thank you for everyone who called. We really appreciate it, and let's check out some fun memes.
Let's do it.
All right, everyone, it's our favorite time of the week. It's the meme contest on the Yamcast. These are always fun. These are really cool on our Discord server. Our boys sent us some fun stuff based on a little announcement that Spite makes, and the meme today that we've chosen, the moment we chose, was whenever you finally got the spring on the Aprilia R660's exhaust, and then you exhausted yourself to the ground. Give a nice little thumbs up, and yeah, it was just a great moment.
Yep, and we've got some great memes this week. So diving right in, we've got Just Playing with our first meme that also has some audio.
This sucked. Oh wow. That's pretty high effort, I gotta say.
That was pretty good right there.
Yeah.
I like how it was the, cheesy early 2000s trailer style thing.
Yeah, it's like the heist music or something, It
reminds me, this is really specific, but the first Angelina Jolie Tomb Raider movie has very similar feel to that.
Interesting. That's a deep cut. I can't think of it off the top of my head, but I can see it in my brain.
Yep. So quality here for this one.
I feel like it's like an 8 or an 8.5. What do you think?
I think an 8.5. That was a solidly high quality one.
That was very high qual.
Funniness.
Pretty funny. How about a 7.5 or an 8?
A 7.5.
7.5. Yeah.
That's for some reason not adding up. I will redo the math later. All right. Next up, the Chazen with just a picture here.
Says, when you finish reading Millennial Malaze's Spite Chan x Yammy Chan fanfic, and you're just eyes closed giving a thumbs up. Yeah, this is a deep cut. If you guys didn't catch it last time, I said that whenever it's available, or after 1 million, what did I say?
It was when it was 1 million subscribers, we'd do the Busa and
I would read live the fanfic of whatever was presented to me. I'm regretting that decision every day now.
You've made a horrible error. The inexorable march towards 1 million has become a lot less happy for me.
That's true. Yeah. Yeah, I think both our girlfriends will just collectively hurl, and you and I will hurl hearing the fanfic because you know it's going to be some weird stuff.
Yep.
Unfortunately, the chase-in, this meme is not going to score you very high. How about we score this one?
Yeah, so quality here.
I think like a 2.
A 2.
It's just text on screen.
And funniness.
Pretty funny, though. I think a 6.5.
A 6.5.
Yeah.
That 8.5 is not going to do you all that well, though, unfortunately, this week. So next up, we've got Gunpoint Llama.
Simple text. It says, when you just spent 2 hours cussing at your bike and your friend asks how it's going, you're just on the ground, thumbs up. I feel like we've all been there, man.
Yes.
We've all been there when you try to do some project on your bike and you're like, this is going to take like 40 minutes. And then like 3 hours later and you don't have the tool you need and you're just sweating and cursing and you broke a bolt. You're like, why do I even do this? Why do I even try? Working on bikes can be so frustrating sometimes.
It's such a nightmare when just like the one little mistake and then suddenly you're off to like Northern Tool to find the right bolt.
We've all been there, yeah. Mm-hmm. Or when righty tighty becomes lefty loosey all of a sudden, you know, and you're just like,
whoops.
Yeah, just whoops. It's free Loctite until it isn't when you cross thread. Just remember that.
The one Nissan caliper in the back.
I gotta rethread that at some point.
You don't even need to drill it out.
I had so many high ambitions for the parts toner when I first bought it, and it's just a fixture of the shop now.
Have you drained the fluids yet?
No. The lines are fucked. At this point, I'm like, I don't want to think about it. It's an insurance plan more than a separate bike at this point. It's just frame and engine to me now.
Just in cases.
Yeah.
So, quality here for Gunpoint Llama.
I think like a 4.5 because it's relevant and it's funny and I think it works well. Like picture on text, classic format. What do you think?
I feel like it's just absolute tip of the bell curve.
So 5?
Yeah, I think a 5.
Okay.
And funniness here.
Solidly funny. I think a 6.5.
A 6.5.
Yeah.
Next up, we've got Magic Toaster.
Oh boy. Magic Toaster here says, ready for round 2, big boy. And what are these? Are those Japanese symbols? What are
those?
What do they mean?
I have no idea.
I don't know either. You said that you're just like, I don't know what they mean.
It looks kind of like something from one of those new like super popular animes. I don't know the name of them, but like the one where are you approaching me thing? Like, have you seen those memes?
No, I haven't seen those, no.
Oh, there's some great anime memes where it's like the dub and the sub is so like comical.
Yeah.
There's this one where it's just this like massively ripped dude who's got like a 16 pack and he's just standing there and this dude's like, they have this crazy camera angle on this other guy who's walking with his hands in his pockets like that.
Yeah.
And the dude with the 16 is like, oh, are you approaching me? That's kind of the feel I get out of this.
Yeah, this is a weird one. I'm going to interpret it as that we were fighting and I beat you down. Not that it's some weird sex thing, because it's probably some weird sex thing.
Yeah. We're
not going there.
Nope. Quality here.
I think this is a 5.5 because it's a little bit beyond the tip of the bell curve situation, but not by much.
Yep. And funniness.
I didn't really get it. Maybe I'd get it if I knew the Japanese symbol or what it's referencing. So I think like a 4.
A 4.
Yeah.
That's appropriate. Melvin is up next. And Melvin here did another video.
You did it. You did it. Wait, go back. That was so good. So it's ADV guys when they touch gravel on the way out of their driveway. And then it's You did it. Oh, that's great.
Simple but effective.
Love it. I love clowning an ADV guy. It's like that one picture. It's like a BMW GS on like a very mildly gravelly kind of bit of like concrete or something, and it's like hit some off road on my way to Starbucks today, and it's just like this super like mellow, just like gravel. Love clowning an ADV guys. That was awesome. That was a cool use of the meme because it wasn't even the part that we tried to meme from, right?
Yep.
That was great.
So quality for this one.
I think it was pretty high quality. It's a video. It's creatively done. I think a 7.5.
A 7.5.
Yeah.
And funniness here. This one was really
chuckle.
funny.
I think a 9.
A 9.
I got a good chuckle out of that.
Okay, next up we've got Bad Assler.
Doing it for the love of the game. He can't even win.
Yup.
He's on cooldown. He says, trying to find the point of HD's new Sportster S, and it's you just with a little magnifying glass. Interesting. That's a cool take on this meme. Do you agree with this? Is it you? Are you searching for the point of the new Sportster?
I think I understand the point. I just don't think Harley understands the point. I could get real philosophical. I could talk about the Sportster forever.
We really could. Yeah. By we, I mean you. Which is why I let you do that video today, where I was just like, you make this video. I don't want to be in it.
So for Bad Assler here, quality.
It's a middle of the road effort, I think. Yep. Fun Photoshop job with the magnifying glass. Let's give it a 5.5.
A 5.5. Funniness here.
Also sort of middle of the road. I'm gonna give it a 6.
A 6.
Yeah.
Next up we've got Germinate 2 Boy.
Oh man.
Also doing it for the love of the game this week.
Love of the game.
Welcome to the very first Yamcast. The very first podcast we're doing on these. We got 2 cameras going here. We got.
Oh wow. And welcome to a very special episode of the Yamcast. Well, guys, Kawasaki is the #1 brand in the universe.
Yeah, 10 for funniest quality. Fuck 10, man. That was so good.
And originality.
10.
Yep.
Come on.
That's our first perfect score.
That's so good, though.
It was great.
That's really good.
I did it.
Nice. That took a tremendous amount of work to get all the thumbnails.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I would not have wanted to do that.
No.
Absolutely fuck that.
I felt like if it was me, I would have started with a couple of them and be like, I'm gonna try a different tactic. An hourglass maybe going through or something, you know? Like, holy moly.
Like was that all
that was
that all 50 of them?
That was all of them.
Also, look at the old setup.
Oh my God.
Remember when this wall was red?
Here we go.
Yeah, that was cursed. Dude, that's all of them.
That's gotta be all of them.
That's gotta be. I didn't notice any. I mean, I couldn't. There's no way I could remember every thumbnail, but that's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so quality here for Germinate 2 Boy.
Man, I think for that effort alone, for the quality, I think a 9 for going through every single Yamcast thumbnail, man.
That is so much effort.
That's insane. A Sisyphean task, one would say.
So a 9 for Germinate 2 Boy's quality right there. And funniness here.
Pretty funny. Well, what do you think? A 7?
I'm not sure that I got the, like...
What was he saying? What exactly was he saying? That, like, the Yamcast was a 10 out of 10? Or, like, his meme was a 10 out of 10? I was a little confused.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Let's go with a 6.
A 6, I agree.
Yeah, I'm a little confused.
Next up, we've got BD Ralph. With, I think, maybe another video? I don't remember. GIF.
Simple GIF. It's 2 days, 12 hours, and 1 second after all Yamcasts, and it's you just kind of thumbs up.
I gotta show you this thing that BD Ralph sent me along with it. This dude went through the entire Yamcast library with a freaking spreadsheet counting out the time.
Oh my God. Oh, that's what it means. Okay,
yeah.
I thought it was like after we upload a Yamcast, 2 days and 12 hours, whatever.
No, this dude is after he watched all of them.
Oh my God. The fact that you could watch for 2 days and 12 hours, continuous, non-stop, you and I bullshitting about motorcycles, that's fucking crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't wish that upon my worst enemy.
No.
I feel like you'd really lose your marbles if you did that.
Yes.
No sleep, 50-something hours straight, 60-something hours straight. Oh my God.
Pass.
Yeah.
Hard pass.
I don't think you'd be thumbs up at that point. You'd be thumbs down for sure.
Yeah. But
just exhausted, yeah, for sure.
This is a good GIF though. It's a very GIFable moment.
It is, yeah. Yeah.
So quality here for BD Ralph.
A GIF is an interesting type of entry. We don't see that often. What do you think? A 7?
I think a 7, yeah.
Just because like a text on screen is kind of like middle of the road, but like GIF takes a little bit of effort, you know?
Yeah.
I think a 7.
And funniness.
I think a 6.
Yeah, I think
I
a 6.
didn't get a big chuckle out of it. It's an interesting idea and kind of a funny conception, but I didn't get like a big belly laugh out of it. So.
Yeah. Last up, we've got Owl Citizen with our last entry here.
Simple. We got a guy ripping a berm on a Goldwing, it looks like. And then
in just a leather, he's wearing jeans and a sleeveless leather thing.
I'll never be that cool, man.
And a 3/4 helmet.
Yeah, that's just too cool.
That dude's a spaz.
Yeah, and then hell yeah, fucking send it. Yeah, you gotta send it when you do something like that.
Well, simple entry.
It's very simple.
So quality.
I think a 5.
I think a 5.
There. Yeah.
And funniness.
Not super funny. How about a 3?
A 3.
Yeah.
Okay, now I have to rework this formula because I probably forgot to put a sum on it or something.
It says sum, but it's only summing one thing. So if
Yeah.
you just put a comma in the next value, you will sum both of them.
Let me see here.
You're doing C8. You got to do CB.
CB, yeah. So B8, comma, enter.
Yeah.
There we go.
And then drag that bad boy down. There you go.
There we go. So our winner today is Melvin.
Melvin. I don't think Melvin's ever won anything.
I think he's gotten a t-shirt in the past. He's been sitting in the background quietly, and then he made this ADV guys meme, and we always love clowning on the ADV boys.
That's very good. Yeah.
So
First
Melvin
place
is
to
our
you, Melvin.
first place prize this week. Next up, we've got Just Playing at 16 with that movie trailer.
That was very good.
That is a solid second place. And then our third place prize.
Well, it would be Germinate's U-Boy, but he's on a cooldown.
He's on a cooldown, which means it goes to... Wait, nope, hold on.
Goes to BD Ralph.
Yep, BD Ralph. I was looking at the 11.5s, and I was like, oh, fuck, we got to run off here.
Nope, goes to BD Ralph solidly.
BD Ralph. Alrighty. Nice and easy. No one's on cooldown there.
There you go. Easy enough, guys. That's the Yamcast for this week. We hope you've enjoyed. And remember, if you want to join and support on a deeper level, hang out with us, put your kid for me to talk to on the Yamcast, which was the first. That was awesome. So wholesome. Join on the yammynoob.co, and you get access to our Discord, all kinds of cool perks and benefits and features. We'll catch you on the next one. See you later. Now, how you doing, partner? This video's over, but you click on this one right over here. You keep watching yourself some Yammy New. Maybe I bend my boost on this one. Maybe I'll give you some other funny memes or something like that. You might not know if you watch the video. So watch the video now, all right?